Shalom, this is Mime, your naturopathic herbalist and holistic life coach. And in this holistic health and healing lesson, I'd like to talk to you about fibroids. Now, in most women, fibroids are asymptomatic, especially in the early stages when fibroids are small. But when there are symptoms, they're usually like this. They're usually heavy or prolonged menstrual bleeding, bleeding or unusual discharge, back or abdominal pain, pain and bleeding during intercourse, anemia, swelling in the lower abdomen, a frequent urge to urinate between between periods, and constipation. So if you have these symptoms, the heavy menstrual bleeding and menstrual periods lasting 7 days or longer, bloating or fullness in the stomach or pelvic region, pelvic pressure or pain, frequent urination, difficulty emptying your bladder, of course, the constipation, pain during intercourse, even backache or leg pains, and also reproductive issues, including infertility and miscarriages. It could be due to fibroids. So, now then, what are the root causes of fibroids? Why do people get them in the first place? And the main reason is because of relatively high levels of estrogen and low levels of progesterone. And this is due to, probably the biggest reason is through environmental estrogens. And what does that mean? Probably the biggest reason is the consumption of very poor quality meat and dairy, especially red meat and dairy from cows. That's um, from cows that are basically pumped with hormones and just are fed a very unhealthy type of diet. Yeah, that's probably the biggest reason. One of the biggest things that you could do if you have fibroids, if I had fibroids, is to immediately stop eating all types of meat and dairy that is not organic and grass fed and not free of growth hormones. Okay. But I would go further. I don't think I would completely, stop eating all meat and dairy, 100%, but at least greatly reduce it. Maybe, consume it only, once a month on a special occasion. Um, and for protein, there's beans, there's nuts, there's free range organic, cage free eggs, um, and free range organic chicken, wild salmon, and other types of fish, not farm raised. You don't want any kind of chemicals or extra toxins as much as possible, because that's just going to tax your immune system, because your immune system already has to deal with this excess estrogen. So all the other toxins that you're putting into your body through the chemicals that are given to poorly raised animals, whether it be fish or chicken or any kind of animal, that's only going to aggravate the situation even more. So definitely, I would at least for a time um, kind of fast from especially red meat and dairy, and flood my body with highly nutritious foods. And we'll talk more about that later. But, anyways, let's go back to the root causes. So, environmental estrogen, that's the biggest one. Obesity is also a major factor. Um, a lot of times, the reasons for obesity can also lead to other issues. A lot of times, when people are obese, they may be eating a lot, but they're not eating the kind of food that is going to be healing or healthy for them. They're eating the kind of food that makes them obese. Okay, and that is a big factor when it comes to um, when it comes to fibroids. And again, another reason for that is the kind of foods that make you obese are usually also the kind of foods that are void um, of any real substantial nutrition, and also are laden with toxins, junk food. Another issue is underactive thyroid. That's another root cause. Also, ovulatory dysfunction, perimenopause, which is just natural, also, a low fiber, high fat diet, especially bad fats. There's good fats, but we're talking about a high fat diet, one that has very bad, a lot too much omega 6, and GMO, vegetable and corn oil, fried foods, stuff like that. Okay. And also another factor is iodine deficiency. So the two things that I would probably immediately start doing, if I had fibroids, is juicing and cleansing. And what I like about these two things is that you can juice and you can cleanse almost from anywhere in the world. When I recommend certain herbs, oftentimes they're not available in certain countries, but no matter where you're at in the world, you can juice and you can cleanse. Now, for example, it's you do need a juicer, but that's usually available anywhere, in most countries, at least that I know of. You can get a juicer, and sure, there's better ones that are more expensive, but you just do what you have. If you can't get a juicer, you can get a blender. But juicing is going to give you more of the nutrients that you need. Um, you will get more of the fiber if you use a blender, but you won't get as much nutrition. And one of the key things is to give your body as much nutrition as possible, because really your body can heal itself as long as you stop poisoning it with toxins that it doesn't need and that's aggravating it and overburdening your system. And when you start giving it or flooding it with nutrition that it can use to heal itself. So that's what you do when you juice, and it should be fresh, um, raw, organic fruits and vegetables. And you should also try to do as much green vegetables as possible. Um, especially leafy greens. Now, right now, I don't have the best juicer for leafy greens. It doesn't get too much out of it. So what we'll do is we will actually juice things that it can juice well. It can juice, for example, carrots and beets and apples really well. And then after that, we will blend it with leafy greens such as kale and collard greens and spinach and things like that, because our juicer doesn't juice greens very well. Green Star, that's a brand that we've had in the past, and that does juice greens very well. It also our juicer also juices things like cucumbers and other things. It juices some things really well, but not leafy greens. So that's how we juice in our family right now. Um, and if you can't juice for some reason, let's say you just don't. I mean, you can get a juicer for very, you get a used one for very low cost nowadays. But if you can't, then I would, at least do a lot of raw, organic fruits and vegetables, and soups. Cooked soups, like vegetable soups, are also a good way to get a lot of the nutrition. When you juice, you get a lot of nutrition, and you also get enzymes, living enzymes, that are very good for you. When you make soups, you get a lot of the nutrition out that way too, but you don't get the raw and living enzymes out of it. Um, and then when you blend or when you eat things raw, like in salad form, you get less. Well, you get less nutrition with the salad, but you get more fiber. And with smoothies, you get nutrition, not as much as with juicing, but then you also get the fiber. So there's good and bad to all of them. For the most nutrition, though, raw juicing is the best, and it's really important when you're trying to heal that you do try to get organic, and it doesn't mean that has to be organic labeled, but if you buy fruits and vegetables from a farmer's market or a local farmer, you can just ask them, if they use pesticides and if they use GMO. And usually the answer is often no, they don't. They just don't have the money to pay for organic labeling. Okay, so juicing, that's a big thing that I would start right away. And then I think the second most important thing that people should do when they have fibroids or any other type of chronic disease is cleansing. And the very first thing that you should start with is colon cleansing, and this should probably be done on a very regular basis. Now, um, because I have certain issue, diastasis recti, that requires me to take colon cleansing herbs on a regular basis. Um, and so almost every day I take colon cleansing herbs. There's cascara sagrada and senna leaf, prunes and prune juice. There's different things that you can use to help you cleanse your colon. And of course, eating raw, you know, fibrous foods, fruits and vegetables are also going to be part of the colon cleansing. But there's a free book that you can get online. There are no incurable diseases by Richard Schultz, Schulze. That's my teacher in herbalism. He's a master herbalist, and I can get you that book too, so you can learn about cleansing, starting with colon cleansing, as well as also the juicing talks about that too, and not only colon cleansing, but also cleansing other parts. Like liver cleansing and kidney cleansing. Just a full cleanse, because the more your body's cleansed, the more it can handle the excess in estrogen, and it can cleanse itself of toxins that have accumulated through years, through a lifetime of um, eating and living a toxic life, basically. Now, in a future lesson on fibroids, I'm going to go more in depth about specific foods to eat and not eat, as well as herbs and vitamins that can support your health and healing journey when it comes to fibroids. And I'll also talk about pregnancy and fibroids. However, for the meantime, I'm going to conclude this lesson by saying that if you would like to get the free book that I mentioned, um, Richard Schultz's "There Are No Incurable Diseases," and also watch him teach about colon cleansing, you can go to my blog, and I'll put this in the description of the podcast or video, or wherever you find this. Just go to my blog at aruka.com/blog/colon dash cleanse. Okay. So that's COLON dash CLEANSE. Okay. Aruka.com/blog/colon dash cleanse. And I will see you next time. And of course, one final word. If you would like to become the healer of your home and your community and build a profitable online health coaching business, Aruka.com is the absolute best choice for learning the art of holistic health and healing, for learning naturopathic herbalism, holistic life coaching, and also online entrepreneurship and digital marketing. This is the business model that we teach. And these are the things that have kept my family healthy and also have helped me to be able to provide a good income while staying at home and being a mother and homeschooling my 7 children. So if you'd like to learn the art of holistic health and healing and become a holistic healer, please visit our website at www.aruka.com, KAH.com. Shalom.
Would you like to become the healer of your home and your community and create a profitable online health coaching business? Are you interested in becoming a health coach, a naturopath, an herbalist, or a nutritionist? Do you need help finding the right program for studying holistic health and healing? Or perhaps you already have certification, but you're still not confident enough in healing people and don't know how to build a business that will empower you to have an impact and allow you to leave your regular day job. Are you ready to get a deep and comprehensive picture of holistic health and healing and learn from top healers in our day so that you can stop being stuck in a job or a career you don't have a passion for? Heal yourself and others without the need for pharmaceutical drugs with harmful side effects, doctors, or even dentists. Become more knowledgeable about holistic health and healing than most medical doctors who have graduated from medical school without spending hundreds of thousands of dollars and years of time in expensive medical schools or programs. Build a health coaching business that will allow you to work from home and achieve time, location, and financial freedom. Aruka.com empowers people to become the healers of their home and their community by equipping them with naturopathic herbalism, health coaching, and online business and marketing skills. My name is Maim. I'm 42 years old and a homeschool mom of 7 beautiful children. These 2 in the photo are my October babies. I became a naturopathic herbalist and health coach in order to take charge of my family's health when the modern medical system kept failing us. We were spending thousands of dollars on insurance and other medical expenses, but they did not have any answers for our health problems. Working from home has been such a blessing for us. I used to work at the NASA Ames Research Center as a computer scientist/engineer, but being able to have an online business has enabled me to surpass my income at NASA and to be there for my family, homeschool them, take care of them, watch them grow up every step of the way for 18 years now. I started Aruka.com in 2009 to help people become healthy and heal themselves. I've coached all sorts of people, and eventually even medical doctors and nurses started coming to me repeatedly for help for various health issues for themselves or their loved ones. I help people heal themselves of serious diseases such as cancer, heart disease, and high blood pressure, diabetes, as well as other common issues such as hormone imbalances, abnormal bleeding, migraines, eczema, kidney stones, gallstones, cataracts, and even urinary tract infection. Various people began asking me to start teaching what I know about holistic health and healing, including 2 medical doctors who have become very good friends of mine. When I realized that there was such a demand for the knowledge I have that even medical doctors were telling me to teach, I shifted the focus of Aruka.com, and now we teach people how to become confident healers through our naturopathic herbalist and health coach certification program. We help people become healers of their home and community and create profitable online health coaching businesses. If you're interested in becoming a holistic healer, please visit our website, Aruka.com, ARUKAH.com. Again, that's ARUKAH.com. Hope to see you there.